So what is recent Hunter Avallone drama? So Hunter Avallone used to be this right-wing commentator, and then he switched sides for grifting purposes. He figured and discovered that he could make more money on the left side of things, and he could be more protected from YouTube, Twitter, and just other platforms. So he, like a YouTuber, is just a grifting piece of trash. And what makes this just really scummy, and we'll get into it, but here's the quick backstory. So Hunter, Conrad, and the Thought. The Thought cheats on Conrad. Conrad gets really mad and pissed off. He puts Google Air tags in her bags, tracks her down to where Hunter lives, shows up with a shotgun. It's fired in the process, either ricochet or something hits her in the leg, which stops the momentum of the bullet. And my history with guns, that's pretty good, in the sense that it slowed the velocity of the 12-gauge slug, because from what I've seen in the pictures, I'm not going to show it here, it appears to be a slug versus a birdshot or double-aught buck. If it was anything like that, the wound would be a lot worse. And either that or is at really close range and didn't have chance for the shot to spread. So she dodged a bullet, and he tries to get into the apartment. That's when the cops show up, and he suicides by cop. And this is where it gets pretty messed up, and I'll show you why exactly. Because he decides to host a GoFundMe. Now, if you look at the name, it says Jonathan B. So he used to alias. You clever, sneaky bastard. So it hasn't even been a day. It actually says a day ago, so I don't know the reference. But what a way to profit off some poor bastard's broken heart. I don't want to humanize this guy because he did assault someone or attempt to kill someone. But what a way to monetize someone's suicide by cop. Of course, this guy's a big-time liberal, a big bleeding heart boy, which, of course, he's for the reforming of the police and de-escalation. Well, where were you on this one, champ, when someone got lead poisoning? But, of course, that's for people like you and me, not him. Now, if his life or it's a situation of violence in his situation, then all the cops have a right to light the fucker up like it's a Christmas tree. Anyways, so, of course, there's all this bullshit where he's emotional toll afflicted on Hunter Biden. But this is where someone put this tweet. Years ago, he was asking for $2,000 in donations to move into a new home. Never let a good tragedy go to waste, I guess. And so he's asking for $3,000 more. But if you're going to be a grifting piece of shit scumbag that's going to profit off of someone's suicide by cop, why not make that $10,000, $25,000, or $100,000? If you're just going to be a reprehensible dirtbag, crank that up to $20,000, $25,000. Because at this point, you're an unconscionable dick. And regardless of this guy's actions, someone lost a brother, someone lost a cousin, someone probably lost an uncle in this situation, and he's gonna have someone host a GoFundMe for $5,000 so he can move for dramatic and BBB, right? So rightfully so, people are calling him kind of a bitch. He kind of hid behind his girlfriend, or that's the story. But in these situations, and people like to pick it apart, but we really don't know how we would react in that situation. But the way how you react in the video, I'm not going to show it here. He did seem kind of cowardly and a little bit chicken shitty, if you ask me. Now, I know I can speak for myself. I've been in similar life-endangering situations like that. I know in my situation, there's nothing you can do. If you're gonna die, right, if you're in a situation where there's violence like that, I know if I was in his shoes and I was deeply in love with this person, I'd be out getting a hammer. It'd be hammer birthday before he blasts me with a shotgun or a knife, right? And then you just wait by the door, grab the gun, and at least have a go at him. But that's just me. And of course, with most people, the story isn't so lucky. There just happen to be cops in this area at this time. But for most people, like you and I, we don't have this option. We don't have that kind of luck that this little bastard does. So a lot of people, it's a situation like this, it's double murder homicide levels of shit, or worse. So he got lucky, of course. Just somehow these people get incredibly lucky, and good for him. Awesome. But yeah, now he's getting a lot of shit for it, and justly so. And someone who's this quick to try and profit off of this situation that went sideways, you would at least have a decorum to wait a week. At least let the dead sleep for a week before you try and profit on this shit. I know there's a similar situation where a family friend was murdered, and the people didn't even have the GoFundMe till like 5 weeks or a year into the preliminary. So even with that, so it's just, and of course with that tweet where I showed you where he was asking for 2,000, so it's just a way for him. And of course, if you read this absolute crap, you can pause the video if you want, but it's just this seeking a fresh start away from the incredible, indelible scars, right? So it's just funny, in a sense that he's using all these like purge words in this, if you read it, and to make it seem like it's really worse. I mean, it's terrible, to be fair, but it's all money to him. A life was lost. His girlfriend was injured. And that's the first thing in this man's head, is to have him fire up a GoFundMe under an alias, John B., or have a friend fire up a GoFundMe so he can move. It's too much for him. But as for most of us don't have the option of just getting up and moving when shit goes sideways like this. And it's just such a dirty tactic to grift. It's disgusting. Yeah. It's just ass. And Hunter Avallone is, again, a YouTuber grifting tier, just trash, bomb in the barrel, if you ask me. And for someone who's so hypocritical in this situation, when he's for police reform and like cops being nonviolent, in these situations, and not only that, the cop was put in this situation to take this kid's life, unfortunately, and that's their job. But yeah, just crap all around. They should have left the location. They should have got the hell out as soon as they discovered the air tags. But she was texting him still after the discovery of the air tags. So it's like, if you're discovered you're being tracked, get the hell out of there. Just leave, flee. But the fact that they stayed there kind of makes me think they took that risk. They took that gamble. Because there's a lot about things about the situation that just seems a little bit off to me. But that's just my skeptical mindset. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you next time. It's again, I'm not trying to downplay this horrific incident. But then again, if you're looking to grift off it instantly, that's pretty shitty. Just in general, no matter what. Thanks for watching, and thanks for stopping by. And of course, in the description there is a podcast version of this with extra content on Subscribestar and Patreon if you're interested. If not, that's cool too. No worries, and see you next time. Take it easy.